Having become the ruler of the planet, man conquered not only the whole Earth, but also the sky. Now, his man-made machines plow the airspace over all continents. But it happened by historical standards quite recently. Prior to this, the sky belonged to creatures that can fly on their own without man-made mechanical devices. And the birds were far from the first animals that decided to explore the sky. Long before they appeared on our planet, there lived creatures that made others look up in fear. Today, we decided to talk about the most dangerous flying creatures that have not survived to this day. If you want to be the first to know about the releases of new videos on the Age of Dinosaurs channel, then subscribe to it right now. After that, you'll be able to leave your comments under our videos. We also ask our viewers to actively express their opinion with the help of likes. The first large animals known to science to take to the skies are pterosaurs. For 150 million years, dozens, maybe hundreds of species of these flying lizards were the masters of the sky. Among them were animals quite comparable in size to modern birds, and there were those next to which some aircraft models would look like toys. Their evolution sometimes acquired very interesting and even bizarre forms. We want to talk about the most popular and at the same time unknown to the general public features of these air predators. Pterodactylus. For many, this name is associated with all pterosaurs in general. Most likely this happened due to the fact that the pterodactyl was first identified as a flying lizard and given its own name. For many years in popular culture, the concept of pterodactyl became tantamount to the definition of pterosaur. These were small reptiles, no more than 1 meter in size. Most likely they hunted fish and small land animals. These creatures lived about 145 to 152 million years ago. Quetzalcoatl. Without a doubt, this giant is the largest flying creature in the entire history of our planet. He got his name in honor of one of the gods of the Aztec pantheon and can rightly be considered the master of the air element of the dinosaur era. They lived towards the end of the dinosaur era and fed mainly on carrion and small animals. It's believed that with the wingspan of about 12 meters, Quetzalcoatl was able to cover a distance of half the globe in one flight. Germanodactylus. It is known for certain that many pterosaurs had crests of bone and soft tissue on their heads. But the first creature in which this accessory was discovered was precisely the Germanodactyl. These small flying lizards lived about 150 million years ago. Their wingspans rarely exceeded 1 meter, and the size of their skull was about 13 centimeters. Rhamphorhynchus. Rhamphorhynchus are one of the smallest members of the pterosaur family. On average, the length of their body along with the tail was about 40 centimeters, and it is the tail that is their main distinguishing feature. It was very long compared to the body of the pterosaur, and at its end was a diamond-shaped tassel. Most likely, the way of life of Rhamphorhynchus did not differ from the behavior of modern seabirds. They lived on the shores of the seas and oceans and hunted small fish, diving into the water after them. The shape of their teeth speaks of the way of eating. The teeth were needle-shaped and were slightly inclined forward. Ctenacasma. Several species of these interesting pterosaurs are known, living approximately 140 to 150 million years ago. The wingspan of the smallest of them was about 25 centimeters. They also differed in the way that they fed. The beak was studded and thin with sharp teeth, resembling a brush. Scientists suggest that the lizard filtered water with this tool and ate crustaceans and small invertebrates that stuck in it. Thalassodromeus. The main external difference of this large pterosaur was its huge crest. It occupied almost the entire surface of the skull. The total length of the Thalassodromus was about 1.5 meters, and the wingspan was about 45 meters. These pterosaurs lived about 110 million years ago. Judging by the proportions of their body, the structure of the limbs, and the presence of powerful jaws, this lizard hunted ground prey. Nyctosaurus. Another pterosaur with a bizarre crest on its head was the Nyctosaurs. They lived on Earth approximately 65 to 90 million years ago. Their crest was shaped like deer antlers and could reach 55 centimeters in length. With a body length of the pterosaur itself of 30 to 40 centimeters, it looked very unusual. The true wingspan of these creatures reached about 2 meters. Another interesting difference between Nyctosaurs was the absence of fingers on the upper limbs. Scientists believe that this is greatly hampering the process of movement on land. Therefore, Nyctosaurs spent almost their entire lives in flight. Pteranodon. It was the representatives of this family that became the heroes of many Hollywood blockbusters and children's cartoons about dinosaurs. More remains of pteranodons have been found than all other flying lizards combined. This is why scientists have enough information to describe the appearance and habits of these pterosaurs. They were fairly large animals. The wingspan of adult males could exceed 5.5 meters, while for females it was just under 4 meters. The beak of the pteranodon was distinguished by its great length and the complete absence of teeth. It is believed that the basis of their diet was fish and small crustaceans, which they caught from the water right in flight. After the end of the dinosaur eras, it was birds that occupied many of the vacant life niches. Moreover, this applied not only to airspace. One of the largest land predators of that time were birds of prey, fororakos. But for the sake of this, they forever abandoned the opportunity to fly. Therefore, further we will not be talking about them, but about those birds that replaced pterosaurs in their usual element. Here, too, there were gigantic forms. Many of the described species could well prey on the ancestors of modern man, and one of them himself became his prey. Argentavis. For a long time, Argentavis was considered the largest bird that ever lived. Its wingspan could reach 6 meters. As its name implies, this giant bird lived on the territory of modern Argentina. It is believed that Argentavis ate mainly carrion. He could watch other predators and take their prey from them, diving at it from great heights. Pelagornis sanders. In 1983, the remains of a truly giant bird were discovered in the United States. She received the name Pelagornis sanders. The wingspan of this seabird was about 7 meters. The so-called pseudo-teeth or tooth spikes were found in the beak of the Pelagornis. With these sharp protrusions, the bird pierced the shells of mollusks. Also, her diet included squid and various types of fish. Pelagornis chilensis. Another representative of the Pelagornis family lived in the Atacama Desert in Chile. So far, only one specimen of the remains of this bird, which became extinct about 5 million years ago, has been discovered. Its wingspan was 5 meters. In the beak, 20 sharp pseudo-teeth were found, adapted for eating fish and squid. Pterosaurus. The remains of this large bird of prey, with a height of more than 70 centimeters and a wingspan of up to 3.5 meters, are found over a vast area in many U.S. states. They died out about 10,000 years ago. Their main prey were small animals about the size of a modern rabbit. The bird held its prey with powerful claws and tore it apart with its sharp beak, approximately the same way modern birds eat their prey. Haast's eagle. This specimen of eagles is considered the largest of all members of the family. He lived only on one of the New Zealand islands, and people could observe these birds living 600 to 700 years ago. Its main prey were large flightless birds that also lived in this region. The eagle would swoop down on its prey from a great height at a speed of about 80 kilometers per hour. Such an attack can be compared to a large stone falling on the head from a height of about 25 meters. The predator grabbed the prey with one paw, and the second dealt a fatal blow to the neck or head. Thank you for watching this video to the end. If you want to learn more about life on Earth in the era of the dinosaurs, or the habits of giant flightless carnivorous birds, we recommend that you pay attention to other materials on our channel.